Hey guys, so I've gotten asked a ton about my predictions and who I think will win Team of the Year, and I kind of put off doing this video because I don't like being responsible when people run the risk of losing hundreds of thousands of coins. This event, let me say, is all random, all risk. Like there's very little predictiveness behind it, and a lot of people come to my channel to get my input and go with what I say as far as who I recommend for cards and whatnot. And I just want to say before we get into it that take it with a grain of salt. This is just my thoughts on it. I haven't heavily invested in the nominees. I have bought in a few cards, but I've done so going into the event knowing that I could be wrong and I could be out quite a few. Now, that being said, I think if you own a nominee card, even if they won't win, let's say Victor Arvidsson, for example, I think it's still valuable. And if you are looking ahead and you are someone who wants to try and make as much coins as possible, I would sell him because this event has never happened before. We have no idea how the market is going to react. So getting guaranteed, a couple 100,000 coins is probably the smartest move. However, if you want to hold on and just wait and see, I totally understand that as well. Being involved in the event, it's exciting. It's new. It will be interesting to see how your nominees and they will work as far as trading in, whatnot, how much they will go for in the market, how little they'll go for, how much will go collectible spike. All of these things we have no idea on, so we just have to wait and see. But I will give you guys my predictions for the Team of the Year for 2000 or for NHL 20. All right, guys, let's jump into it. All right, so let's start with left wing. Now, this really comes down to, in my opinion, two players. I think it comes down between Marchand and Alex Ovechkin. I have a feeling it'll be Marchand because he's had quite a few more points in the time frame of 2019. But Alex is Alex. He's one of the most popular players. We'd have no idea what the criteria is for Team of the Year as far as what they're picking. That being said, I do think it will be Brad Marchand as the left wing that will win Team of the Year. And if he does, I'm super not all that thrilled. His card is always kind of meh. It's literally one of the cards I always skip over, even if it's a 99 every year. All right, on to center. This one is harder than it seems because obviously it should be Connor McDavid. However, Draisaitl has scored just a ton of goals, and I know EA isn't really big on releasing duplicate master set guys and things like that. And you have to think that Matthews hasn't had a bad season as well, or McKinnon, or Crosby. It's very difficult. All these guys, could be winners if it wasn't for each position. But I think that it will go with Connor. It will be Connor McDavid, 6'1", gonna be a perfect card, jump up to a 95 immediately. I would be really stunned because while there is a bunch of options, it would blow me away if Connor wasn't the best. He's been absolutely out of his mind this past calendar year, even without playoffs. And he would be my pick for center. And then for right wing, again, this one really just comes down between, well, three players. It's going to be Kucherov, Kane, and Pasternak. All have right around about the same point totals over the course of the calendar year. This one's really tough. Like, I'm going to think that it's Pasternak because he's had an insane, just goal clip this year. But again, this one's risky as well. Just like deciding between Marchand and Ovechkin, guys. If you are banking on one of these as far as the right wing is getting picked, we have no criteria for it. I have no idea. Patrick Kane at a master set guy, that's kind of my tiebreaker, so I don't think it'll be him. And Kucherov hasn't had as impressive a season as Pasternak has had so far. Not by much, but he would be my pick for right wing. Moving on to defense, this one's a lock. I see no way that it isn't John CARLSON. He's been an absolute beast to start this season, was no slouch last year. If it is not John CARLSON, then that's a horrible mistake in my part. All the other ones you can argue between, but if it's not John CARLSON, I would be absolutely blown away. He's going for like 600-700K right now. that's kind of a fair price because when he gets his upgrade, he's only going to be He's only going to be a 90, and it will be some time before he gets a 99. I'm assuming he's probably going to win the Norris, but yeah, he's going for about what I would think he's worth. So I see no way that it is not John Carlson. And then the other defensive spot, because they are going with two defensemen and not a righty and a lefty, I'm going to say it's Brent Burns. I don't think he deserves it because he's not played well defensively at all this season. As a Sharks fan, I watch him almost every game. And that being said, though, his offensive output throughout the year has been, fantastic still. And, I think that he is popular and they'll go with him, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's Roman Josi as the other selection. But it'll be interesting to see this spot because I think John Carlson is a lock for it. So we'll have to wait and see for the other defensemen. Net, there's, three options, and a lot of people don't. I don't think any of the Euro cards will be picked. I don't. I think that while it's cool they were included, I think that the EA's done a great job including, the Euro cards. But that being the case, there's three options, and they all have roughly the same, kind of stats over the calendar year. First, you've got Andrei Vasilevsky, who did win the Vezina, has been amazing. Kind of lower this year, though. Not very good this year. Been very average. And then, obviously, you have Jordan Binnington, who came out of nowhere at the start of last year and went on to win the Stanley Cup and has still been very good this year. And then also, a lot of people are forgetting Darcy Kuemper. His stats this year are out of control, and over the course of the last calendar year, he's been almost exactly the same as Jordan Binnington, obviously without the cup. If Darcy Kuemper wins it, he's probably one of the best goaltenders available in the game. But that being said, I think it is going to be Jordan Binnington. I think this one, along with John Carlson, are probably the ones that just, if they aren't picked, it's kind of ridiculous. But again, Darcy Kuemper does have the same stats throughout the regular season, but Jordan Binnington won a cup, and it is for Team of the Year. So we'll have to see, but my pick would be Jordan Binnington. So guys, just to recap, I think it will be Marchand at left wing, Connor McDavid at center, right wing will be David Pastrnak. On defense, I think it'll be Brent Burns and John Carlson. And then Binnington in net. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please, again, take it with a grain of salt, guys. Don't listen to what I say as gospel. I really have no idea. This is a brand new event, or it's being run completely different from prior years. We do not know. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you are pulling these and going after certain cards. And we're going to find out tomorrow, so it is super exciting. But, yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for that. Have a good one.